Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is NIMBY Rails. Now, no, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. I know it doesn't look like much, but what you got here is a corker. This is very nice indeed. Okay, so choosing a new game, you get to set your company name. You have the option to toggle on or off unlimited money. We'll go with limited money because I think it shows the game off a little bit better. And then fire away, and you're straight in. This is the game. Yeah, congratulations, you're here. Now the map that you get to play on is the world, and you can go anywhere you like, and then you can go into infinite detail. It is effectively Google Maps. And yeah, you can go in to extraordinary levels of detail, and that's the hook right there. Is that you're not building in the abstract; you're building actual real stuff. Now, I had a quick think about what would be the best thing to show off in order to get you on board with this as a concept. I thought, oh, I could do something fantastical, like I could go from Paris to Dakar. Because obviously they're both in the world, and therefore that would be quite good fun. You see, that's Dakar. That's it's not the same place. Dakar's down there. Look, you see, I knew it was on the coast, but no, I can't afford to do that. Not just yet. Anyway, I've only got $1 billion, and let me tell you, that's not going to last you as long as you expect it to. So to start with, I'm going to do something relatively straightforward. We'll kick off with a bit of Liverpool to Manchester. Now, the reason for doing Liverpool to Manchester is they're both big population centres. I might even go via Warrington. I think I probably will. Okay, right, we go up to the top here, and we select the old tracks, which is nice, and then we want to create a couple of stations. Now, you've got multiple choices as far as stationing is concerned. You go with trams if you feel like it. You can tunnel under stuff. You can go with viaducts, or you can go at ground level. As much as possible, I'm going to go for a bit of ground level, and I want my population overlay, because the more populous an area is, the greater the opportunity you have to make some money. Yeah, no, I know. Now, it will auto-name stations for you based on what is geographically quite close. I could bulldoze Bill Shankly's statue. That wouldn't really make me popular, though, would it? No, it wouldn't. How about just, it's a random thought, but a good one nonetheless. How about we just crack on? Right, okay, I'm going to go near the Everton Road Medical Centre here, and we're going to stick in a station. And we'll make it about 400 metres in length, and we'll go about there. In fact, that's about as far as I can. I might even struggle to get out of the station at this stage. There you go. So Liverpool's new main station is the Everton Road Medical Centre. Congratulations, Evertonians. There. Right, build it. Yeah, no, wait. Don't build it. Not yet. Right, now you switch over to the track tool here, and you just go. You just go for it. Now, it will automatically try and build flyovers over roads and so forth, or over major roads, if you cross them at more or less a right angle. So that's not really viable, because I want to be going out this way. Do I want to be going out this way? Yeah, I do. I do want to be going out this way. Do I? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it as far as Manchester before I run out of money. I think we might have to go as far as Warrington, but then maybe stick in another station along the way. You can see the white circle here is my catchment radius. So there is there's good reason. If we got an Old Swan as our first port of call here, we might get somewhere. So I'm going to switch to viaduct. Viaduct lets you go over everything. Doesn't give monkeys, but it's significantly more expensive to set up, and you can't build branches off viaducts. So viaduct with care, friends, lest you find your plans underwhelming due to stuff and things. Right, see, look, there's a reason that they use a ruddy great tunnel to get out of Liverpool. Do we want to wiggle round that way? We can do. The speed is in kilometres. Just, for those of you who Like that's not what I had in mind at all. And you've got Control Z, which, believe you me, you will be using Control Z on a regular basis, because you're going to go, no, that's all wrong. But at the moment, I'm only in the planning stage. So no. So the reason I keep doing is I keep trying to left click to drag them out the map around, and it's not as right click. There you go. Yeah, bit of that, and then wang it around here. Try and keep the speed up around 140, 150 plus would be nice. But that's good. Is that a pond? You need a viaduct to get over a pond. A river, you can just go over that like it's a road, but a pond, you're going to need a viaduct. I think I'm going to need to viaduct some of this. Although, yeah, see, no, that's not going to work. That's not what you wanted either. No, back it up. All right, give me the expensive stuff for a minute. Now, you can see at the moment I've got 8 overpasses. I'm spending 30 million quid, beg your pardon, for 2,800 metres of track that's on the ground, and then 700 metres that's viaducted. And as you can see, that 700 metres is 3 times the cost almost of the ground level stuff that I've done. So when I say use viaducts sparingly, I'm not joking. I know you probably didn't think I was joking, but no, stop doing that. What's the game that I've been playing recently that makes you do everything with the left click? I can't remember. Does it really matter? No, it probably doesn't. Right, okay, we're moving again. All right, okay, yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit more like it. All right, okay, now where are we going? I did say Old Swan, didn't I? Okay, well look, we could park it up around here, get a bit of Knotty Ash action as well, although there's not a massive number of people there. Yeah, no, that's good. The plan's a good plan. Now you can try crowfliesing it and then see where you're getting collisions, and then back up and fix them, or you can go really, really slowly. Now, obviously the problem with making urban rail is that you have to go fairly slowly because of the density of roads and whatnot. But that's also where the money is. So, you pays your money, takes your chances. Right, can we go over the road? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay. So what if we went about there? Yeah, see, my catchment's only 1,700 people, which it's a bit less than I'd like. But you know what? I'm only showing the thing off, so we'll keep going in the way that we are doing currently. No, it's not going to let you. All right, switch to expensive. We'll expensive the last bit. You won't. I will. Okay, so I will. How much? What have we lost in speed there? Not too much. Okay, all right, good. So I could now set up something running on there, but I'm going to need a depot to make that happen. So I think we will go via Old Swan, and then we'll swing into Widnes, and then Warrington. All right. Okay, and then we'll set up a route to do that, and then I'll extend further and get us to Manchester. Right, let's go. Why this part of the country? Well, I know this part of the country reasonably well. I lived there for a few years. Doesn't sound like it. I appreciate. I still sound like, for those of you who understand English accents in the slightest, I still sound like a fairly generic southerner. And that's because I am a fairly generic southerner. That's more like it. Yeah, let's go this way. The other reason to play this, of course, is if you have long-standing, ingrained fantasies about compulsory purchase orders, or eminent domain, as it might be called in the Americans. If you always fancied bulldozing your old school, this is your game. This is the one. It lets you do it and then run a train straight through it. You want to bulldoze the football stadium of the New York footballing giants, as any right-thinking person would want to do. Well, you can. That's entirely doable. You know what? I think we might stop in Huff Green and all, which is probably How Green. Huff, How. You've got to be a proper local to know that one, and I'm only a semi-local temporarily. But I'll tell you what have we got here that I like? I'll tell you what, we're building a park. Although I could build it in the playground at St Basil's Catholic Primary School. I reckon St Baz probably liked to train, you know. He seemed the sort. Of course, I've got absolutely no idea who St Baz was, but I'm rather just painting a narrative there for funsies. Okay, and then we've got Widnes. Do I want to actually stop him? Yeah, I'm going to stop him flipping Widnes. Let's go on this brown piece here next to the Kingsway Leisure Centre. That'll be super. You've got to keep an eye on the length of your stations, otherwise you're limiting what you can run there as far as trains are concerned. Now, I mean, a 300-metre long train, that's a pretty lengthy train right there. So I don't really need to go any longer than that. Now, can we crow fly? No, flying of crows for you, son. What are we slowed down to there? 90. No, that won't do it. There you go. Keep the speed up, and then as we approach the station, then I'll allow a little bit of wigglage. All right, get down as far as there. Yeah, and then the last bit. Yes, beautiful. Okay, that's 3, and then yeah. You know what? What? I think the viewing public have largely got to grips with the building portion here, and that now you should possibly show the trains being run bit. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, I'll skip forward. Let's get this finished. Right, that's my connections all done. So we're just outside. We've got Sankey bridges going on down there, but which you've got Warrington kind of city centre, town centre. It's only a town. Warrington town centre going on here. Then we stop in Widnes and a bit more Widnes. How Green? I'm going to go How Green. And then out towards Knotty Ash at the Old Swan, and then back to Liverpool. Now, I don't like these names, so I'm going to change those, but I'll build all the blueprints. So, £250 million. There you go. That's, yeah, do it. Yeah, that's it. Not cheap, no, but it should have, no, I don't need that now. I need the pointy, please. But it should have the opportunity to make a bit of cash. So we can change. Don't use the automatic name. We'll call that, bracingly enough, Liverpool. There, yeah, that's good. It's not Lime Street neither. No, it's just Liverpool. I can call it whatever street I like. I'm choosing not to call it Liverpool a street at all. That can stay as Old Swan. That's got plenty of drama and excitement. That can stay as How Green. Can stay as Widnes. Oh yeah. Oh, we've got the namings all happening here. And then we finish up at St Gregory's Catholic High School. I don't see a reason to rename that, to be honest. Now then, I'm going to need a depot in order to purchase new train stock. It's pretty standard stuff. And you use your branching tool here. And we'll branch over at over here. All right, there you go. Just like that. That's it. That's good. Good. Right. Yeah. No, to about there. That's nice. And then I want to do another branch that comes out from about here. I don't think this is going to work, you know, there, Tiger. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You don't actually need to do this either. I don't, do I? We'll just stick with the one branch, and then we'll bang a depot on the end of that around about there. There you go. Why are you giving me the runabout there, Tiger? Just do it. Yep. Build that thing, and then wang in a smidge of this. Everything's super. Right, okay, good. So that's stage 1, track laying. Now let's go to stage 2. Let's make a line. Now the line button's hit all the way down at the bottom here, but that's okay. We'll call this the north. Oh, okay, I quite like northwest train service. Yes, given that there are no trains at the current time. Then no, we'll do that. Now you then get to set your ticket price. Ah, yeah, and I've got no idea what an appropriate ticket price is. None at all. So I tend to either go with a base price, but I find that price per kilometre works pretty well. I'm going to go with a tenner. So that will. I mean, that will have everybody outraged, frankly, and they'll be okay about it, I suspect. Right, now, you can either add waypoints to the line if you wanted to go via somewhere without stopping, or you can just add stops. Obviously, we're going to add stops. And as we get over to St Gregory's Catholic High School here, right, there you go, stop number 1. Yeah, yeah. I think you could probably forecast what's going to come up next, but, you know, I don't want to spoil it for you. There you go. And we're going that way. So we head over to Widnes. It's switched onto the wrong line. I probably wouldn't have done that, but it's okay. It's because it's backing up on itself, so we're all good. Also quite pleasing is it's running on an appropriate side of the track. That's good. All right, then out to How Green, and finally to wait for it, Old Swanage, and then up to Liverpool. And you want to hit the opposing platform because you're coming back. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? And then we'll have it stop at the Swan, and then we'll have it stop. Apologies for those I'm making dizzy, but I'll be there in a minute. It's okay. And a bit of that. Right, yeah. Almost there. There we go. Okay, right, there you go. That's it. It's done. In fact, I don't need the last one. You don't need the last one. All right, okay, well, let's... And now, how do you remove a stop? I can't remember. Delete selected stop. There you go. That last one was superfluous, because obviously it's the start of the route, so, it'll, you know, I mean, obviously. Right, okay, so the state at the moment is it's ready to rock and roll. Accounting, nothing to report there, because we haven't bought a train yet. Let's buy a train. That would be the last thing that I need to do for you. So you've got a choice of actually not that many at the moment, but it's okay. There are only seven models available at the moment. I don't know if more are available later. I haven't got that far into it. 350 kilometers an hour is probably overkill. 90 is a little bit slow. The sepia is not bad. 220 kilometers an hour. It's not cheap to run. What else we got? I don't want a tram. What about the Vitesse? No. What about the Caillou? 120. No. I think it's gonna be a sepia. You can then monkey with the colour scheme. Choose whatever you like. It's putting a bit of jazzy orange there. That's nice. Pick a decal. Okay, yeah. And oh yeah, stripy like bullet. Yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, I can't change the secondary colour. I'm rather stuck with purple, but you know what? I genuinely don't mind that too much. You can affect the number of cars that each train has got. My max passenger capacity at the moment is 280. That's perfectly fine. Now, you can set the train name at the start, and at the end, this double @ and then hash numbers there. That's so you can number individual trains automatically, so it will automatically generate the train for you. Yeah, it's good. No, they've almost thought that through, you know. I would say almost, but they have thought that through. We purchase a train, and then we go set up its timetable, and run a line. Yeah, which line? Yeah, the Northwest train service. I think we'll find. Go from St Greg's and go to Liverpool and back again forever until the end of time. Yeah, there you go. Also, I'm going to clone this, and I'm going to clone it another 3 times. Yeah, I'm feeling confident. There we go. So we now have trains running on the business. Give me this. There you are. And there we go. So we've got one coming out of Warrington right now. Anyone else? No, not at the moment. That's all right. They'll pick up. Here's your speed calculation timeometer. Let's turn it back onto the plane map. All right, crank that bad boy up, and you'll see rocket ships going on down the line there. Now, if I'd thought that through, what I possibly should have done here is maybe paused a little bit before putting them on the track. Yeah, that's maybe not the most efficient thing you'll ever see. Viewing it from this far out shows you the inefficiencies in your track planning. If you've got a particularly tight corner, you will spot it, especially when you're running at this speed. Now you'll think, well, you've hosed this then, son, haven't you? You've made a right pig's ear of it. Okay, no, not necessarily, because we can go in and sort that out. How are we doing for cash? Quite a lot of refunds. Okay, now, after a little bit of trial and error and a thorough reading of the Quick Start Guide, which didn't give me any help at all in this matter, except to be vague about it, don't get it wrong, I've kind of figured out how the fare system works. And now, here's the deal. What we don't want is refunds. When does a passenger get a refund? the passenger gets a refund if the train is delayed, if it is slower than it is expected to be. Compensated is what happens if a passenger you stop shipping to that station. Now, what I've done in order to test this out is we now go direct from Liverpool to Warrington and back again, and nothing else. I sold one of my trains, found a button to do that. Do you want to see what that was? Just so you don't have to look for it yourself. Right, you go to trains, you select train down the bottom, and then right away, hidden at the bottom here, is delete train. There's no messing about with that. It just does it. Okay. Anyway, go back to lines, and we're looking at accounting now. Refused fare too high. They do that if you're asking too high a fare. Ah, yeah. Good details there. Now, we're on a Saturday at the moment, so the numbers that we're doing aren't significant, but you'll see that we haven't made a refund in ages. And that 265 grand's worth of refunds that we have done was earlier on in the day. So, how do you make this work? You go to stops, right? And you set your base ticket price. The base ticket price is how much a passenger pays to get on the train in the first place. They then pay an extra however many dollars per kilometre when they get off the train. Now, this is a 42-kilometre stretch of track that I've got going on here. So they'll pay about $100 in total for a trip from one end to the other, which at the moment feels okay. We'll see what happens when Monday rolls around. Here's the important bit that you shouldn't miss. Your ideal speed in kilometres per hour. Now, examine your track speed, examine the trains you've got going on. Show me my speeds, please. There we go. So I imagine this is a cooling chart of whether they're ripping it at top speed or they've got to slow down a bit. As you can see, as you zoom in more, you get a bit more detail on that. You can see it at a glance by heading over to state, right? Just like this. So what we're talking about here is average speed, and the average speed at the ideal of 160 with an estimated 30-second wait at any branches. Now, I haven't got any branches at the moment, so that's fine. You then hit estimate travel times, and it will estimate the travel time. So if I set my my estimated speed here to 159 and we estimate travel times, they'll change ever so slightly. And that is what customer satisfaction is being based off. If I can't deliver from one end to the other in 17.5 minutes, they get a refund. So you set your ideal speed a bit lower than you think you can hit, particularly if you've got branches and so forth coming off it. And that's where the game aspect comes in. Now, as far as, let's have a look. No, I haven't refunded anybody else yet today, but we are in the middle of the night now. I should probably set up the timetable to not run in the middle of the night, but who's got the time for that? These lost passengers that we've got going on there is when I closed the line down. We're now out of Saturday into Sunday, so we've only got maintenance going on right now. I'll rock it forward to Monday and we'll see how we get on. Alright, it's now pushing 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and passenger numbers have already started to pick up. But what I've got going on here, this is Sunday's totals. Now, you'll see that I had 416 passengers refuse to get on the train because the price was too high. Yeah, miserable gits. And they all refunded. So that basically means they buy the ticket and then go, no, I'll have the money back, thanks. So that's where an awful lot of the refunds come from. Now, the sweet spot in getting your ticket price right is nailing the time of travel. People will pay more to travel quickly between A and B than they will any less than that. This calculator down the bottom will do an estimated time, and my estimated time is about a minute slower than this. What you can't beat, though, is if we slow it down here a second. So we're looking at LQ315. That's the number of that train that you probably can't make out. But we're now looking for 315, and it tells you the journey, destination, time, length detail that you've got going on there. It tells you how long it has taken to get from A to B. That's really useful information because then you can crop your estimates back down again. Now, the trains will go as fast as they possibly can in between each station. So nailing the timing so that you've got a little bit of wiggle room just in case the unexpected occurs, you're all good. And that makes a nice big difference. So you can then, and this is what I have been doing, is you can optimize the way that you're playing by then tweaking the route, the what? By tweaking the price, continually tweaking the price until nobody complains about it being too expensive anymore, which is where I've got to now, and only 416 passengers were harmed in that experiment. So if I now push forward to Monday, which is where we're at, as you can see, we've got 100% of passengers just getting on the train and then getting off at the other end and giving me money. Good. Excellent. That's what we want. So there's a bit of experimentation to go on there, and you can also, I mean, you can set the time in between different platforms to be whatever you think is appropriate. If you're running a slower service, it might be in my interest now to run a service that does, I don't know, Liverpool and all stops in between, but charging a different amount accordingly. Yeah, you see. And then you can, and then for commuter services like that, you could probably get away with, in fact, it might even work out quite nicely, a 0 ticket price at base, and just charge them on a price per kilometre basis. Experimentation brings rewards. Anyway, we're coming up on a bit of peak rush hour for a Monday morning. How much are we packing at the moment? We've got 50 out of 280 on that one. We've got 37 on here. These numbers are going to start going up pretty quickly, and then we should start making some real money. We didn't do too badly yesterday. Actually, how well did we do yesterday? Yesterday, 9,500 passengers in total. We're up to almost 2,000 now, and it's coming up on 6 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. So it does also model traffic, or at least passenger demand, based on the day of week that you're operating. Very nice. So setting yourself up with a 7-day-a-week schedule is going to be a really good way to make a whole bunch of cash. And then you can expand. And then you can build Paris to Dakar, should that be a thing you aspire to. Where are we now? 6:30. How's the change? 116 on that one. Yeah, 60, 70, 80, 95 on that one. It's pretty good. I want to see if it packs out around 8:30, because that's what I would expect to happen. And then, I could see whether an extra train or two would be a sensible move, or whether we're golden. Now, you can also get a breakdown of all of this by interrogating the stations themselves. They'll tell you how many people there are waiting currently, how many are happily going about their business. And you'll also get a satisfaction smiley. Hold on, if we go in, satisfaction smiley, neutral. Fine, stuff them. Yeah, the satisfaction smiley is probably going to be due to people waiting for a train they can never reach. 3 people are trying to get to Old Swan. Walk would be my advice. That'll be the quickest way there. Yeah, get some shoe leather out or a bicycle. Those will help you. We're now at 50% capacity on the train. Okay. I'm possibly running one train too many here, but that's okay. I want to be able to hit all the demand possible and keep people waiting for as short amount of time as possible. I've also got it set up so that we're going to wait for at least 5.5 minutes at each station, and there will be a 15-minute gap minimum in between one train and the next. Which is lies, of course. It doesn't actually work. But hey, that's probably fine. Oh no, it is. It's doing it. It's doing the thing. It's doing. Yeah, don't pretend for a moment it's not doing the thing, because it is doing the thing. The thing that it is doing is being done. So there you are. That's it. That's NIMBY Rails. I like it. It's very good. Because now all I'm thinking about is, right, where shall I go next? Now, I'm not turning a massive profit here at the moment, but expanding out a little bit. A bit of some shrewd investment early on, point-to-point services between 2 big places. I think that's the sweet spot. Will allow you to expand further and faster. Obviously, if you can pack out one of these trains that's got 280 passenger capacity, then you're talking. Running costs are built up by the number of passengers you have. Maintenance is the number of trains. There you go. What else do you want to know? Do you want anything else? I don't think you do you? No, you want me to get out of here so you can go and try it for yourself when it launches next week. Yes. 26th of January, it will hit Steam. Why not wish list it? That way you get a nice little dinky reminder to go, that thing you wanted, yeah, it's out now. Good. All right. Smashing. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Subscribe for more madness like this when it comes across my my path. There's not an awful lot to see. I'd usually try and leave you with some kind of, you know, ooh, kind of interesting sort of viewpoint kind of deal. How many passengers now? Yeah, it's dropped back off again. It's modelling rush hour. Brilliant. That's great. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Now, I love me a bit of train network building, game type behaviour, type paraphernalia, as you know. And this one floated my boat quite significantly, because you're building where you know, right? You're building routes that you're familiar with. You can picture in your mind's eye the areas that you're travelling through, and that's really compelling. Yeah, it's a really interesting little game. It's as much as it's not a lot to look at graphically. The images it conjures in your head are excellent. It's out on the 26th. Thanks to the devs for slinging me a key. Good idea. Well done. And I'm not the only one to be covering it, but they thought this through. Now, the challenge, of course, is going to be making enough money to be able to fund something fantastical or something enormous, and it would take quite a little bit more work than I've just put in order to build a network. One route's not going to cut it. You're going to need a network, all of which are heavily earning, in order to be able to fund big, epic super routes of some description. I mean, the route that we were looking at just there, I think would probably pan out at about 2.5–3 million quid in profit on a regular weekday. So you get to 10 of those routes set up, maybe, which you're not going to be able to do straight away. You're going to have to wait and save up some cash. And then all of a sudden you're talking about, okay, now I can build at a pretty swift rate, because my income is offsetting that build cost. There'll come a tipping point where you've effectively got infinite cash as long as you're building up sensibly. It doesn't feel like there's going to be any change in the nature of public interest in rail travel. That doesn't feel like it's a thing. But hey, it's a minor diversion. I wouldn't bank on not consuming all of your time over a weekend were you to pick it up. There you go. There, you've seen it now. I'm done here. My mission is complete. I won't be playing it again. I'm tempted to give it another go, but I'll do that on my own time and see if an idea springs forth. And if an idea springs forth, I might dip a toe back into the water. Maybe even a whole foot. You never know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will laters on things.